Sean here from CarShare Data. This is going to be a brief overview, but we are going to be thorough and give you a good understanding of the use cases and show you some results of our system when people are using it. All right, so why CarShare Data? Well, the fundamentals of everything you do in business boils down to data, especially in this industry. What we want to help you do is make smart data-driven decisions to help you increase your profits, refine your pricing methodology, monitor, measure, and evaluate your local market data, benchmark your actual results versus your market results and the market data. We're monitoring 450,000 plus vehicles every single day. We're looking at all the metrics, their reviews. We're looking at how many trips they've taken. We're looking at their daily rates. We're looking at the discounts, the city they're in. We're looking at year, make, and model. And all of this is going into a easy to use dashboard that's customizable, that's interactive, that you can use to know exactly what's going on in your market. We even have live alerts that will tell you when there's an opportunity to increase or decrease your rates in order to meet your utilization goals. We've got most of our use cases thus far, and our customers are reporting up to $300 per month per vehicle in additional revenue by having our system in place and using our alerts. On average, I can tell you in our own fleet, we've increased 32% across the board. Our rates are generally 20 to 25% higher than everybody else's, or than the average anyway in the market. And we're getting far less mileage put on our vehicles because we're paying so much closer attention to that because of the way that our pricing methodology works. There's over 1,000 different data points that are being monitored at all times. It's like having your own data analysis team working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right. Now, CarShare Data not only measures Turo data, and so we're in every market that there's a Turo market, but we're also looking at Trivago, Kayak, and soon to be Priceline, and measuring all of these other competitors as well to see what's going on with the competitors outside of the CarShare world. Okay, the rental car industry is easily one of the most competitive industries in the U.S. It's been dominated by the big five for the last several decades, right? We're talking Enterprise, Avis, Hertz, Budget, National. And the distinct advantage that these players have over Turo hosts and smaller car share companies or boutique rental car agencies is the massive pools of data that they have. You've got so much consumer data, rental data, expense data, market data, data on their competition, which allows them to squeeze more profits out of every reservation, every mile, every week, every day, every hour, and at every opportunity. And we at CarShare Data seek to level the playing field by exposing all that same market data to you in these dashboards in an easy to understand chart, graph, tables, in ways that allow you to make better decisions using the same data that the juggernauts are using. All right. So now data is no longer your weakness. It's actually going to strengthen every decision that you make. All right. Now, the only data-driven industry, the only industry that may be more data-driven than the rental car industry is maybe the insurance world. And I've worked in both of them, guys. I can't imagine trying to continue to grow without having access to this information, right? A really good quote from the CEO of Hertz said, the industry's quickly headed down a path of AI and machine learning, handling most of the day-to-day operation and decision-making, and virtually all of the pricing decisions are made by AI and machine learning at this point, as well as the KPI measures, while humans are really there to just fill in the gaps, right? So no data is like career suicide, all right? It provides the base of everything that essentially makes up your business and the industry in which you operate. It tells us what we need to know about the consumer, about their habits, tendencies, preferences, as well as local market conditions, supply and demand, and essentially every vital fact that you need in order to operate in this space, all right? So here's an example of what our visualization boards look like. And again, this is a still frame, but these are interactive. You can hover over these. There's information hovers that tell you about the data. You can see, we're looking at how many cars are available for a given time period. These drop downs here, you can look at how many, you can look at weeks past, months past, quarter past. You can look at current dates. You can look at a week. You can look at a month. You can even look into the future, right? So the system is actually smart enough to predict what's going to happen in the future based on past data feeds that have come in. Um, we can look at the trip count by model. So you want to see which models, and you can customize which models you put into the chart here. Um, how many trips in this given time period were taken by those specific models? What's the average daily rate by make? What's the average daily rate by model? What's the average 30-day discount by model, by make? What's the 7-day? What's the 3-day discount? So you can see what kind of discounts hosts are offering. We can look at the average daily rate by city. So if you want to look at surrounding cities, I want to look at BMW in the 5 cities around me, or I want to look at them, all the makes and model, all the makes and the cities, and see what the average rate is, and how do those vary? What's a BMW 3 Series cost here versus over there? That'll also help you look at where you want to grow your fleet, not just how to grow your fleet, but where to grow your fleet. Where you want to add cars? Where should you put them? Where should some of those delivery points be on the map, right? These are all very, very important pieces of information that you have to know. But not only are we looking at market conditions, here we've got an actual our marketing dashboard as well, so we can see where our business is actually coming from. So we've got this integrated with our website, our Google business page. You can integrate with your social media pages, your Instagram, your Facebook, and you can measure your traffic, where folks are coming, what they're doing. Are they, looking for directions? Are they calling you? Are they, um, you know, sending messages? What are they doing? Are they new? Are they returning visitors? Where are they coming from? How long are they on the site? How many page views? What's the top source? And you can also bring in your own performance data. So you can see, what kind of metrics you have within your own fleet. What is your average daily rate by make? What is your average daily rate by model? What is your average daily rate in your city? And then benchmark those against what's going on in the actual marketplace, right? So here's a 32% rate increase example with the Maserati in Dallas, Texas, before the use of CarShare Data. Doing the traditional, what everybody else probably does is go look on Turo and see what other Maserati Ghiblis are going for and price yours accordingly, right? Um, Without using that, we were bringing in $96.20 a day on average. Average days rented were 16 and a half days per month, and we were averaging 193 miles per day. Now, this is very important when it comes down to pricing. You've got to understand, and our pricing tool will do this for you. Everything breaks down by miles, all right? Everything in the automotive world is by miles. Your tires are rated for a certain mileage. Your oil changes are rated for a certain mileage. Your air filters, your alternators, your battery, everything is done by miles. Your rentals need to be the same way. So your daily rate for 100 miles a day is going to be different than your daily rate for 200 miles a day. Those are two different daily rates. You can't say, oh, I'm going to do $100 a day and give somebody 300 miles, but I'd also do $100 a day and give them 150 miles. It's not how that works. You have to understand, what is your cost, your operating cost per mile? How much does it cost you to move that vehicle 1 mile? And our system is going to do that for you. Okay. You got to take into account those tires, those oil changes, the washes, everything that goes into moving that car. Okay. Once we started utilizing this, we're at a daily rate of 127. If you remember on the screen just that we just passed, in Dallas, the average daily rate of a Maserati is 103. Right. So we were below average, and now increasing 32%, we're now well above the 103 daily. We were also, by doing this, a lot of times when you raise rates, you sacrifice rentals, right? But watch how this works. We did sacrifice, but only 3 days. However, because we also reduced the mileage, we were doing 200 miles a day. We backed that down to 150 a day, and the average ended up being 116. So we got 40% less mileage. We did better by 40%. So those 3 days that we didn't get rented, because we were able to increase by 30% and we were able to decrease the usage by 40%, we actually only shaved off the unprofitable days, leaving us overall at a 32% overall increase in revenue and profitability as well. BMW 650 M Sport. This is a screenshot at 91 days of rental, on pace to do 20,000, lifetime revenue 7,700. Here we had an average daily rate of 79.50, 16 days, 2,800 miles a month, averaging 1,264 before. There's a lot of things to consider, and in the essence of time, we'll just go through the numbers here. We ended up going up by 37% to $109 a day, 13 days rented, and 2,500 miles. We started watching those miles a lot closer once we understood the pricing methodology. So again, another 30% increase. Now here's how the rate calculator works. Okay, so here's all of the inputs that you put in. You want to put in the number of vehicles that you have, and it's per car. So unless you have multiple Maserati Ghiblis, it's just the number's always one there. How many days rented, all right? And it gives you some tips. So, 15 days is 50% utilization. What is your finance charges? How much does it cost you to your monthly payment and your principal and interest? What is the payment? What does a set of tires cost? And then look at the rating. Are those 40,000 mile tires? Um, and then put in your year. How many reservations are you going to put in? Daily mileage allowance. So I would start by putting in your real numbers here, and then it's going to spit out a results page right after that. And it does all the calculating for you. Put in your current, what do you normally do? 200, unlimited, whatever. If you do unlimited, you got to assume, at least 300, 400 for the calculation. It's going to tell you what you should be at. Compare that to where you are, where you're currently at, and then back this thing down to like 100 miles, 150 miles, 200 miles, and see what the system says, and try to find that sweet spot for you in your market. Put your oil change in there and your car wash. Guys, we're global, all right? We've got markets in the US, Brazil, Europe, Thailand. Absolutely free to sign up. I want to mention as well Xenial HQ, XENIALHQ.com. Check that out, guys. There's so many dozens and dozens of Facebook groups, right? For different Turo markets and such. It's really cumbersome if you want to really build a strong network globally within the Turo family. That's exactly what we're doing at Xenia HQ. Is we're providing one platform for everybody. Now there's groups within it, just like Facebook has, but it's a single place that you can go without having to join all the different groups. And everybody in there is going to be a Turo host, a Vail host. They're going to be car sharing. They're going to be rental car agency owners. Huge place to network. You're going to earn free cryptocurrency, tons of cool stuff going, resources, all kinds of cool stuff. A lot of influencers will be there. So I highly encourage you, check out carsharedata.com, go to the services, hit that pricing tool, and start by getting those prices. Get your vehicles priced out. Make sure you're priced correctly. Love to hear your feedback on how your pricing is compared to what our system says, and then try our prices out. See what you can do if you follow the method here. And then sign up, register online, carsharedata.com for free. Let us know what market you're in, and we'll get you set up and start feeding these, uh, building out your dashboard and giving these data feeds to you, so you can just see what's going on. No longer have to wonder which car should I add to my fleet. What do you guys think this car? How does this car perform? Should I add this or that? How much should I be renting every? All of those questions are answered using our system.